So I just recently got access to OpenAI, which is the Chat GPT software, and I've been playing around with YouTube script ideas in it. And I wanted to show you one of its flaws and at the same time how amazing it is. So we are here looking at Chat GPT right now, and I made a prompt. I already posted a video on my films channel, Jerry Film Talks, about this. But I made a video recently about how Howard Hamlin's death subverts expectations. So I put this exact request into OpenAI, and I said, write a blog about how Howard Hamlin's death in Better Call Saul was the perfect way to subvert expectations correctly on a TV show. So honestly, the output that it gave for this prompt was it blows my mind. So I'm just going to read it. I just wanted to share this really quickly in a short video. So, warning, this post contains spoilers for Better Call Saul. The death of Howard Hamlin in Better Call Saul was a shocking and emotional moment for fans of the show. Hamlin, played by Patrick Fabian, was a central character in the series, and his unexpected demise marked a turning point in the narrative. But beyond just a shocking plot twist, Hamlin's death was also a perfect example of how to subvert audience expectations in a way that feels organic and true to the story. One of the key ways that Better Call Saul subverted expectations with Hamlin's death was by avoiding typical tropes and cliches of TV deaths. In many ways, in many shows, the death of a major character is often telegraphed in advance, with the character facing increasingly dire circumstances and culminating in a grand, heroic final stand. However, Hamlin's death was far more low-key and understated. It wasn't a grand, climactic moment, but rather a quiet and tragic ending. This unexpected approach to Hamlin's death added to its emotional impact and made it feel more realistic and true to life. Another way that Better Call Saul subverted expectations was by subverting the typical role that Hamlin played in the story. Throughout the series, Hamlin had been portrayed as a ruthless, cutthroat lawyer, always willing to do whatever it took to win. However, in the final moments, Hamlin showed a different side of himself, confessing to Jimmy, Bob Odenkirk, that he always admired and respected him, and even expressing remorse for the way that he had treated him. This transformation of Hamlin's character in the face of death gave his demise an added layer of depth and complexity. Overall, the death of Howard Hamlin in Better Call Saul was a masterful example of how to subvert audience expectations in a way that feels true to the story and adds emotional depth to the narrative. It was a shocking and poignant moment that will be remembered by fans of the show for a very long time. Now, I gotta say, looking at this is absolutely insane to be coming from AI. I cannot believe that an AI wrote this. It's just absolutely crazy if you think about it. For it to pull all of these data points and just basically write something that is better than anything I would have wrote is absolutely insane. Really, the only part of that output that is a little questionable there is the way that it says that in his moments of death, he confessed to Bob Odenkirk that he admired him. That didn't happen that way, so you could see some of its flaws in where it's catching this information. But, I mean, it still kind of did, even in the last episode. Part of that happened, or in his last episode, I should say, part of that happened. But I think this is just absolutely amazing and really an awesome way to see, what this is capable of. But I will show you its limitations and its flaws now. So continuing on, I asked it to expand upon what we wrote. I said, can you please expand and write more about how Howard Hamlin was in the wrong place at the wrong time and how something like this can happen to any one of us in the real world? So this is where it gets pretty bad. So here we go. It says, certainly, the death of Howard Hamlin in Better Call Saul was particularly poignant because it highlighted the idea that sometimes bad things can happen to good people simply because they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. That part is not bad at all. That is very true. But you're going to see what happens when it continues, so check this out. In the episode in which Hamlin dies, he is simply driving home from work when he is involved in a hit-and-run accident. This sudden and unexpected event is a tragic reminder that life can be fragile and that any one of us could find ourselves in a similar situation at times. So clearly, that's not what happened. So I was thinking to myself, how is it that maybe this got indexed in a way? So I started to look up Howard Hamlin hit and run to see if there's anyone else by the name of Howard Hamlin that was in one of these accidents. But as it turns out, Hit and Run is the name of an episode in season 6. So my guess here is that this Chat GPT basically picked up that there was an episode called that and thought it correlated that that meant Howard Hamlin was in a hit and run accident. Anyway, let's continue and see what it says. So it says in the episode, we already got this. This concept is something that many people can relate to, and it adds to the emotional impact of Howard Hamlin's death. It shows that no matter how successful or accomplished we may be, we are all vulnerable and unpredictable. We are all vulnerable to the unpredictable nature of life. Okay, that's true. In this way, Howard Hamlin's death serves as a poignant reminder to cherish the time that we have and to make the most out of every day. It also serves as a reminder to be grateful for the loved ones in our lives and treat them with kindness and respect, as we know we never know when we may lose them. Overall, the death of Howard Hamlin in Better Call Saul was tragic and an emotional event that serves as a reminder that life can be unpredictable and that we should appreciate the time that we have. So, to be honest with you, the rest of it was good. I mean, all this would really take is me to just edit how he died, and I could have a perfect blog there. Because the whole reason I did this output was I'm working on my website that showcases these media outlets, jerrysbrand.com, and I wanted to include blogs that are separate from the actual videos. So that's why I did this. I wanted to see how good it was, and to be honest with you, that is still incredible. Like, that is still awesome. All I have to change is the way he died, and that's awesome. But I figured, honestly, I wanted to show you a couple other outputs that I'm trying right now, and I wanted to see some more with you guys in the demo. So let's pop back over. So if we go over here, the next one I did was to write songs about eggs. I just thought that would honestly be funny. Let me just move over a little bit right here. So I just said, write a song about eggs. So let's see what we got. First one, eggs. Oh, eggs. So versatile and round. You can cook them up and they can be found in so many dishes. They're a staple food. Eggs. Oh, eggs. You're always good. That's, even though that doesn't rhyme, but whatever. Chorus, eggs, oh eggs, you're always in demand. Eggs, oh eggs, you're the egg of the eggs, oh eggs, you're the protein of choice. Eggs, oh eggs, you're the perfect food, rejoice. I kind of want to get like a beat on and try this out because this is just ridiculous. Second verse, eggs, oh eggs, you could be fried or scrambled. You could be hard boiled or in an omelet jambled. You can be in a cake or a quiche so fine. Eggs, oh eggs, you are always divine. All right, this is getting so cheesy that I can't read any more of this. The next one I just wanted to show quickly was one where I did about, I want to write a video, and I'm working on a video at the moment about why drives can be mentally stimulating. So I did an output for that, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it really is amazing what it picked up. So it goes into detail about stuff that I didn't even think about when I was initially scripting it manually, because I have a full script ready to go, but I just wanted to see what this would do. And it gave me some ideas that now I want to go back and actually redo because the ones that it gave were really cool. So it went on to talk about how when you're on the road, your eyes pick up certain things and it makes you think differently because you're associating it with other thoughts and things like that. I think that's absolutely insane that it just picked these things up and really gave me a new outlook on something that I wasn't previously looking into. So I figured while I'm here taking a look at this, why don't we just do one? Why don't we just do one and see what it outputs right now? So you see when you're going through, let me move my camera a little bit. You see when you're going through ChatGPT's limitations here. So it may occasionally generate incorrect information. It may occasionally produce harmful or bias-based content. And there's a limited knowledge, it seems, for anything past 2021, which is pretty interesting. So I'm wondering how, honestly, it's indexing. But I was with a friend the other day who actually used this to generate lines of code, which he was having a problem trying to generate this certain line of code, and he used this software to do it. So I thought that was crazy, but let's think of something on the spot here. Let's do write a YouTube script on why it's always good to wear an extra layer of clothes. This is the most boring output I've ever done, but I just want to see what it comes up with. Hi, and welcome to our channel. Today we're talking about the benefits of wearing an extra layer of clothes. Could you imagine if I made a video about this? First and foremost, wearing an extra layer of clothes can help keep you warm in cold weather. When it's cold outside, your body naturally tries to keep you warm by constricting blood vessels and reducing blood flow to your extremities. An extra layer of clothes can provide an extra layer of insulation to help trap the heat and keep the body warm. Like, seriously, to be honest with you guys, if I were to ever make a video, and look at this, it's still going, but if I were to ever make a video about wearing an extra layer, this is stuff I would have never thought to include because I wouldn't have even known how to do this. This is blowing my mind. And by the way, this is my first time using Chat GPT. I haven't played around with this at all. This is all brand new to me. I saw my friend use it, and then I was like, I got to go home and try this. So that's what I'm doing, and I figured I'd just record it. So it went on a whole other tangent about the benefits of wearing an extra layer of clothes. Doesn't stop there. Wearing an extra layer can also help regulate your body temperature in hot weather. When it's hot outside, an extra layer of clothes can help absorb sweat and keep cooler by providing a layer of air between your skin and the outside environment. This is crazy, guys. I would have never thought to do something like this. I kind of want to give it something like really hard, but I got to think about that. What other stuff can I give it that is like super hard, super complex? I love that this is free, by the way. I think it's insane. But let's see. What should we do? Tell me why it's so difficult to write. No, let's see. Write a line of JavaScript to open a hamburger menu. Let's see what it just comes up with. There are many ways to open a hamburger menu in JavaScript. Here's an example. Dude, this is insane. Document, get element by ID, menu style, display block. Okay, well that is pretty accurate here. This code assumes that you have an element with an ID of menu that represents the hamburger menu. Let's try something else really quickly, and then this is going to be the last one. Write a short story for children about a brick that doesn't want to be a brick anymore. Let's see what it comes up with. Once there was a little brick named Brick. Brick lived in a big, beautiful brick house with all of his brick friends. Brick loved living in the brick house, but he always felt a little bit different from all of the other bricks. While they were content being bricks and building the house, Brick dreamed of something more. One day, Brick decided he didn't want to be a brick anymore. He wanted to be something else, something that could fly or swim or run. So he asked all of the other bricks if they knew how he could change. The other bricks chuckled and told Brick that he was a brick and bricks couldn't change, but Brick refused to believe them. He was determined to find a way to be something other than a brick. So he set off on a journey to find a way to change. He asked every creature he met if they knew how he could become something else, but no one had the answer for him. Just when Brick was about to give up, he met a wise old bricklayer who told him, "Brick, you are special just the way you are. You don't need to be anything other than a brick to be important and loved. Embrace your unique qualities and use them to build something beautiful." Brick thought about what the bricklayer had said, and he realized that the bricklayer was right. He didn't need to change to be special. He was already special just the way he was. So Brick returned home to the brick house and used his unique qualities to help build something beautiful with all of his brick friends, and he was happy just being a brick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was one of the most emotional, beautiful tales of becoming a brick and the insane tribulations that it can be being a brick. Fun fact, the reason I picked that output is because a long time ago in college, I had an idea to write a story about a brick who doesn't want to be a brick anymore. The whole thing was set around this premise that, like, we zoom in on this brick in the middle of night. You hear, like, locusts chirping in the background, and you just see this brick just get up, and it's like, fuck this shit, and he just runs away. That was the whole idea. It's the most stupid thing ever, but I genuinely wanted to do that, so that's where that came from. But, yeah, this is insane. Chat GPT is Honestly, it's just incredible some of the outputs that this thing has came up with. I can't wait to see where this stuff goes because this is just insane to me. But yeah, with that out of the way, I'm really far from the top, by the way. I kind of just wanted to make this really quick because I thought it would be funny. But yeah, if you haven't tried this thing out, you got to give it a try. I'm going to put the link in the description. I love what I've came up with here. It's just so awesome. But anyway, with that out of the way, thank you all so much for watching. And until the next one, peace out.